Hello and welcome to Our Time. Now, the definition of funk is a style of popular dance music of US black origin, based on elements of blues and soul and having a strong rhythm that is typically the first beat in the bar. Or it's a strong smell of sweat or tobacco. So, guys, Edmund, Chau, and Dion, I'm going to say this wrong. Say it.
Apirana.
Thank you. You did that beautifully. I'm glad you know your own name. Which of those descriptions describe you? The strong smell of tobacco and sweat, or...?
Strong smell of tobacco or sweet, isn't
it?
Yeah.
No, well, the strong smell of sweat, possibly, because you're funk dancers.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we met a little while ago, and I was really interested just to have a chat with you about why has funk dance become so popular? Or is it hip hop, or is it a combination of all of that? Or is it just people having a great time?
Oh, I think it's just a mixture of everything. It's a combination of just the times have changed and evolved through the eras and generation with music, with fashion, with dancing as well. And yeah, we're just kind of like...
It's like dancing's cool again.
Yeah.
You know, for guys to
100%.
actually dance.
Absolutely.
But the interesting thing is we've got some vision. We'll show you the vision because it's become quite a competitive thing, and it's also the dance style, and it's also on many of the competition shows worldwide, because you guys did Australia's Got Talent here. We're having a look here.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing because the coordination of everything is just so full on there.
Yep, a lot of hours, a lot of hard work, and
sweat,
sweat,
tears.
all of that stuff that goes
Very
into
clearly
it.
that.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of girls there, I think I
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
So how many were in that team?
There was about there was 15 in that routine there in that
Yeah.
competition.
And how
Yeah.
long do you reckon it took to put that together, to get that refined?
Well, funnily enough, story behind that specific competition, that routine was this happened in 2022 when we had just moved out of our old studio into our current studio. So we didn't actually have a home to actually rehearse. So we were hiring a different dance
Oh,
studio.
really?
Yeah. And then we were just kind of like, you know, trying to make things work with what we had, with the space that we had in the studio there. And then we put that together in probably about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, we started like in Feb, and then the comp is around
middle of the
April,
year. So yeah, it was pretty hectic time between.
So how often would all of those people come together to rehearse that?
So that specific team, most of them, that year was in 2022, and I'd been training these guys since 2019. So we'd been a solidified group and team and crew for the last 3 years leading up to, and we'd trained like 3 to 4 times a week. Yeah.
for comp, yeah.
In my world of dance and stuff, we'd call that a routine, obviously, but you'd call it a crew.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making that clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've also got some footage of your studio or a class being taken.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at that. How important is it to have mirrors?
Oh,
Makes a world of difference, honestly,
Yeah.
especially in, that's our new studio that we've been in since 2022. And yeah, it was just a big open industrial warehouse space, and we knew we just needed mirrors first and foremost. Everything else we could figure
that's
out.
always the first thing you need.
Yeah.
And interesting enough, because it's really the only way that everyone can actually get together, completely together, because they can see themselves.
Exactly, yeah, 100%.
Okay, let's talk about your backgrounds a bit. What brought you into this? We'll start with you, Ed.
Oh, so I was born and raised in Hong Kong. Until I was 18 years old, funny enough, I failed Chinese back in my home country in the public exams. So,
but Hong Kong wasn't really so Chinese then, was it?
Yeah, like
before, as you were growing up.
Yeah, like I grew up during the time that was just the transition period before, like the British still colonized until like 97. So I was born in 94. So when I was 3 years old, we go back to special administrative regions. I was the first year of the new schooling system. So I get to finish year 12. But back in the days, like before my time, like people have to finish have the public exam in year 10 and the public exams at year 12, and then they do a year 13 and move into uni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a 4 years of high school, like on the senior high school, and then move into university is after. So
The living conditions would have been quite different too to what we experience here in, say, South Australia or Melbourne, because most people living in high-rise apartments.
Yes, so a lot more compact, a lot more dense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just good to have more spread out in Adelaide and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Mum just say, well, you want to study at university, gonna send you off. I will support you. So chose Adelaide and just become my second home ever since. And then been here for 13 years now, and obviously working with Dion at the studio.
You're obviously staying.
Yeah, I'm definitely staying. Yeah, like nothing beats better. Like nothing replaces.
So when did you start dancing?
I started when I was 15. I started just because I was a tallish guy back home and I'm strong. And then they were just like, oh, the cheerleading team just needs some bass to support people.
Oh, okay.
So I was the bass, you know.
Yeah.
And then I started off that and then...
Yeah, because in a lot of those routines, there's a build-up and flipping and stuff.
Yeah, I was just one of those like prep and then go.
Yeah, strong guy at the bottom.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then the teachers start seeing I have rhythm. And I was like, do you want to try dancing? And then I was like, sure. Like I always wanted to give it a go.
Was there an issue being male and dancing?
Absolutely. Like when I was in high school, I was the only guy that danced in my school. And then they were just like, why you do this? Like, this is so like a feminine activity. I was like,
it's so not.
It's still not. It's an art, it's an expression. Yeah. So I was the odd one out back in the high school, but I just persevering it and I just do what I like and I believe in what I believe in. So yeah.
Your story's a bit different, Dion.
Yeah, so born and raised in Brisbane in Queensland, sunny Queensland, and my family are originally from New Zealand. My parents moved over to Australia in 1988, I think, whatever the year the World Expo was.
Yeah, it was 1988. Yeah, you're right.
So they moved over at perfect timing for that, and then stayed with some family, and then from there, I just went to school, and then just around the time that I was coming up through high school was when all these dance movies were coming out in the cinemas, and that kind of like piqued my interest. And then I was really big into, I love music. My grandfather, he's a well-known composer back in New Zealand and cultural music. So we have a big like affinity for creativity, whether it's music, playing instruments, or performing. And because I just grew up over here in Australia and I wasn't as connected in person to my culture back in New Zealand, I gravitated towards still performing, but just in a different way in hip hop.
Well, do you feel though that you're actually creating your own culture now?
Yeah,
with
for
hip-hop?
sure.
I mean, that's each generation can either just sort of sponge off the previous one and copy that, or you can actually create something for yourself.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like you're just trying to kind of take what has come before you and like learn those experiences and lessons and take that knowledge from those that have pioneered and led the way, and then create your own path from that knowledge that you've kind of taken on board and all these people that you've learned from across over the years.
So this has become really your full-time profession?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate I moved over here in Adelaide in 2019, and then...
and what brought you here?
Basically, I felt like as far as training and competing, performing for myself, I felt like I'd done everything that I more or less wanted to do for my own personal bucket list, career-wise, and I felt like the next step in that next evolution for me was to now pass on that knowledge because I'd started professionally dancing since the age of 12 and, traveled overseas, represented Australia, done TV shows, music videos, so done the works, and I felt like I wanted to kind of share that, and I sent an email out to Pure Funk Dance, and then they replied. Didn't know me from a bar of soap. I came over here on my own dime, and then worked with their teams and with their studio for a few years, and then eventually I just decided to make the move, and just nice little change.
So how long has the studio been operating?
The studio has been operating for 21 years now. It's founded by my business partner, Kirsten, at 2004. Mm-hmm. And like Dion said, like the studio has been just such an opening space. Like mentioned before, when I was a international student, have no family, they really just taken me in as their own.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Finding people with the same interests that you in another country that you don't know, and how amazing that the arts often pulls people together. And sport does the same, of course, but we all need to find our tribe.
That's it.
And you found it.
I found it. It's a strong sense of community.
Speaking of that, though, I realise you're not wearing this on your arm for no reason. So
Yeah.
I know what happened, but perhaps you could tell people at home.
So 3 weeks ago, I was doing a dance rehearsal, preparing for our showcases on a Sunday night, and I was lifting the tiniest person in the team, and then the timing was just so off, and I just felt a pop, and then I was like, okay, that's fine. Like I should be able to keep dancing. I still danced full out for the rest of the day, which is like 4 more hours. And then went home, sleep it off, went to the gym the next day, feel nothing happened. And then the hand's still very swollen. So I went to see a doctor, and then they were just like, go see an x-ray. The radiologist was like, I know doctor, but this looks bad. And then the whole 4th metacarpal just cleaned off. So went to the hospital.
I mean, people don't realise, they think dance is this easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But you've got to have so much strength, and particularly if you're lifting, as you were saying. But we have to take a short break, talking of lifting, do a bit of heavy lifting elsewhere. And we'll be back in a moment to chat more about these two guys and what funk dance actually means. Welcome back to Ad Time. We're talking about funk dance with Edmund and Dion. And we were talking about before the competitiveness of this. It's become almost like a sport, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
because of the competitions.
Yeah, I mean, even if, for example, you see in the Olympics, like recently they've brought breakdancing into the Olympics, which was a huge. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I thought the Australian girl was probably unfairly treated. You know, whether you agree with what she did or not, she was trying to make a statement.
Yeah, and I guess that's just the generation era we live in with social media. Everything kind of feels a lot more intense.
Blows out.
Yeah, it goes a bit crazy, but no, it's been good.
How important is that to you for dance, social media, to post bits and pieces? Is that what builds a studio, or is that what builds a group?
It's definitely an integral part in this day and age. With, I mean, like you look at like the younger generation of kids now that want to get into sports, dance, or any other sort of things like that. They're always on their phones, or they're always in front of a screen of some sort. And so our new marketing thing, I guess, is just utilizing the platforms and the tools that are at our disposal.
Although there's now so much advertising on the platforms that really the content's being a bit lost amongst.
100%.
Yeah. So where do you go now to promote what you do? Is it in the performances? Is it still on those platforms?
It's definitely a mixture of all of that. We still believe like we're very like grassroots sort of a studio and community space. So word of mouth, you know, running our regular dance classes from beginner level all the way up to advanced.
Funny you should say, that was my next question.
Yeah.
For people that want to become involved, it's a matter of where do they start?
Yeah, well, I mean, our studio, I mean, Eddie can take this.
Yeah, we run like Dion said, we run all different levels, all different styles of dancing, just to like create a space or nurturing space for everyone that able to start somewhere. I personally teach beginners every Saturday as well, so it's good to like.
Do you find that challenging to sort of reaffirm your knowledge of what you do, what you know, when you've got to go right back to the beginning again? To basically say, okay, here's a clean palette of somebody to work with, sort of thing.
I really like it. Like, I think because it always reminds me of the reason that why I'm doing this is because I love it. Like, learning the foundation is just like it's like you're achieving something. Like, from feeling you have 2 left feet, now you get rhythm, you get the groove, you get the basic steps, even just like a 1-2 step. Like that, it was the best, like, dopamine that you can get. Yeah. Like seeing students is like they will be like so intimidated and scared to come into the class, but leaving the studio with like, oh my God, it was the most funnest class.
But do you think that's because with looking at social media, you only see the people doing the best stuff that could sort of put you off?
Yeah, it can be almost like a bit of a double-edged sword, but at the same time, it's like we have a very balanced approach to it. Obviously, some people are drawn in from like wanting to compete, wanting to perform. Others just want to do it from a social perspective or something for fitness. So yeah.
Or do they think it looks easy?
Oh, I mean, if they think it looks easy, then I guess we're doing our job right.
Right, yeah.
We look
Well,
effortless.
that's true, yes.
Yeah.
Effortless then.
Effortless,
Yeah.
But when you come to a beginner class and start everything off, do you have mostly male or female students?
Mostly male, right?
I think like we like
Oh, mostly
like
female,
50-50 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Right.
it's quite very like it's getting a lot more easier. Like dance become such a gender neutral activity now. People just want to come in just because they want to move.
Yeah,
as well.
accepting what you said at the beginning with, you know, for guys, a lot of guys, young guys,
Yeah.
have issues with their mates at school.
Yeah.
Do you think that doing this style of dance as perhaps aligning it with doing ballet or tap dance or jazz or, you know, one of those, do you feel that it's okay to do this but not so okay to do the other?
Oh no, not at all. I think this is just another.
No, I'm
path.
saying more the perception,
Oh yeah.
not you.
Yeah.
I know, I get you.
Yeah.
I know. I come from similar backgrounds, so I understand. Because that's the thing. It's the thing that male dance in most cultures is a very normal thing to do.
Yep.
But in our society, it's not such a normal thing to do. But sort of hip hop and funk dance stuff has really broken that mould.
Yeah, it definitely has
Yeah.
now.
Has that also, do you think, helped a lot of young people sort of come and, again, find their tribe and get them off the phone so that they're actually getting the exercise and getting the value of actual communication with real people?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Do
Like
you see that happening?
yeah, because they now rather than just like staying at home or just watching like like streaming platform or
Yeah.
just scrolling on their phone, they will be like, hey, my friends and I are gonna do a class today
Yeah.
at the studio.
Well, we're going out.
Yeah, going out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going out.
It's the sense of community, it's the sense of like socializing. Also, give them more than the reward, just learning the routine and looking good in front of the camera.
It also helps them build like their self-confidence.
Yeah.
Gives them, a sense of purpose, something to kind of work towards as well, which is really, really great. And I think for going back on what Eddie was saying earlier, it's like really fulfilling as teachers in our position and role to see people have those breakthrough moments and to be like, we knew they always had it in them.
It's
but
a
it's
joy.
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of
Call
makes
it
that day.
turning the light on.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what are your ambitions for the future?
Our focus right now with
You personally?
for me personally,
Yeah.
it's just to continue to share my knowledge as a dance teacher and to work with people that are just hungry to push and grow, regardless of how long they've been dancing, what their background and experience is. I mean, in our current team, we have our development team, like a beginner level group, and then we have our performance competition team, which you guys have seen earlier on
Yep.
those clips. And we have a range of dancers.
So
from
you're
like,
both in those,
yeah.
but you're not for a while.
I'm still dancing at the moment. I'm just not doing
Not
all
with your
these
arms.
crazy-
Not at full capacity,
not
but-
full capacity.
yeah.
But I just don't see myself not dancing. Seeing them dancing just make me wanna be one.
Is it also that when you're really in the throes of it and the energy is really, going crazy, that you just forget everything else? You
Yes.
just
Yeah.
it's the one focus. You're not being waylaid by other thoughts. You're just focused on the routine, the energy,
Yep.
making it happen.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Competition-wise, where do you feel you're going with that?
We're working towards our showcases, but at the same time, we're trying to start chipping away at our next interstate competition, which will be
Well, your showcases are like local
Yes,
performances.
yes. So we have
concerts, if you like.
we have mid-year shows, end-of-year shows for the
Yep.
studio, which showcases all the classes
Yep.
and all the students, and then we also have a crew showcase as well, which is more performance-based production as well. So yeah, got a range of things.
But with the competition work, are there a lot of competitions? Is it mostly like the Australia's Got Talent type stuff, or there are individual competitions for this style of dance all around Australia, aren't there?
Yeah, there are, but like here in Adelaide, it's a bit tricky because as far as like within our niche as hip hop dancers and competitive crew dancers, a lot of the bigger competitions they kind of skip past Adelaide and go to like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane.
Oh, but you've got to go there.
Yeah, so we have to usually travel if we want to really push.
So travelling 20 people, expensive.
Yeah,
Accommodation.
it's expensive. It's a lot to manage and deal with. But hey,
Yeah.
we love every moment of it. We love getting on stage and be able to showcase, what we're about, and also just to showcase a bit of Adelaide, South Australian flavour.
Sure, I get that. But for you, with choreography, coming up with new ideas, trying to keep stuff fresh, what sort of challenge is that for you? Where do you get your inspiration?
A lot of it we get from each other, but we're very big on training more than performing. We want to spend more time like refining our craft and adding to our toolkit in terms of whether it's learning different styles or bringing other teachers in. We bring in with the crew, we have either interstate or international guests come in and work with us every term and put a performance piece together for us. So we get challenged in a range of different ways from people that I've never learned from, and especially the team have never learned from. Some of these dancers and choreographers are world renowned and, you know, done amazing things. And yeah, we just try to bring them in and just absorb everything they have to offer us.
We've talked a lot, but I know we've got one more clip that we can show. It's just, there's a real excitement both with the audience and also the performers. So the guy that's on the screen here, he came over to run special workshops for you, didn't he?
So this is Phil Wright. He's a world famous, renowned choreographer based in LA. He was just recently doing an Australia tour. He reached out to the studio, wanted to host a masterclass workshops as well. So we were really blessed to have him coming here to share his energy and for Dion and I able to be a student again as well, because
he's one of these people that people watch online and see him. Now he's here in Adelaide.
It was a little starstruck moment.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. It's always good to get somebody who has completely different ideas in the same sort of genre that you're working in.
Yeah.
And the lovely thing there is it doesn't really matter how old or young you are. No. Because you can still make this happen.
Yeah. Exactly. That's it.
There's a will, there's a way. As long as you want to dance, like, you can. If I can dance with this, everyone can dance.
Well, that's very true. But you do have to learn to look after yourself too.
Yes.
The beauty is when you're young, it's fine. But when you get older, sometimes, you know, the old injuries come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
What do you finally want to achieve in your life, just both of you?
I think for me,
because I know it's a passion.
Yeah.
And when we have a passion for something, we're a bit blinkered as to what the future's going to be. But do you have an ultimate goal?
Yeah, like ultimate goal is, like personally, like have a family. Like I'm a big family guy, and
So you might just say you're a normal person.
With a passion.
With a passion.
With a passion, yeah.
I'm going to wait and ask you in the next segment.
Yeah.
Yours. And that's what we're going to do. Take a quick break now.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in a moment. So keep with us on Our Time. We've been talking with Edmund and Dion about hip-hop dancing and funk dancing, and we're just about to ask you the question when we went to the break, what's your future plans?
For me, future planners, I just want to continue to try to be a positive influence in my community, and I feel like I can do that by doing that within my purpose as a dancer, as a teacher, as a mentor, and continue to uplift, and hopefully one day, hopefully longer, later on in life, somebody else can come through and pick up the reins and continue.
But what will you do then? That's the big question.
So in terms of my backup plan, once I hang it up, I think for me is like I'd like to still be involved in the dance space, whether it's as a mentor, whether it's as
You don't ever have to give it up, is the reality. Speaking from an old man's point of view, you can keep doing, just got to actually reinvent what you're doing for an age group, you know, which is always interesting because it is a challenge, but it's sort of the next challenge as we age.
Yeah, love it.
Look, all the best, guys. I'd be really interested to know how you do with the comps that you start training for soon.
Thank you very much.
And good success with the studio and all of the things that you're doing. And I know that you're having a very positive influence on the community in this area because the word's around. So good luck, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, so until next time on Our Time, keep yourself nice till then and maybe get out and do a little bit of funky dancing or hip-hop dancing if you can, because it doesn't matter how old you are, you can always still move. So until next time.